Time to talk some dollars and cents. Gary, did you see this quote from Auburn quarterback Peyton Thorne? And the man has a point.
Okay.
We're going to show you what he was talking about. Auburn stubbed its toe against Cal,
okay.
And maybe Peyton's been hearing from fans. He says, quote, it's funny, when they lose money, they want their money back. But when they win money on a parlay, no one's ever sent me any of the money. He's talking about people will bet on games, then if Auburn loses, let's say you bet on Auburn, you're upset. I guess players are hearing from fans and hearing from bettors, and that got us thinking.
It's a good point.
Well,
they should make their Venmo tags more readily available.
You're saying the players should?
Yeah, sure. It's a two-way street.
And slide them a couple of shekels?
Hey, just toss me a couple bucks.
Okay, well, it got us thinking, like, what if you could hit up a player who you feel like is underperforming?
Okay.
What if you could slide into their Venmo DMs?
You say what
funds.
if you could as if it's imaginary and that I haven't already. Like Shedeur Sanders, you know me, Colorado roots.
That's where you would start?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll tell you exactly what I told him. I said, yo, Shedeur.
Yeah.
I know that y'all haven't been able to put together very many quarters, so I'm gonna need you to send me a couple of them quarters.
Oh, for sure.
Times like 100. Give me my money back. I need my rollie. You know, he's throwing the AP up and he's throwing the Richard Mill up.
And you're a bit of a watch guy.
I know he's good.
Is it Mill or Meal?
I know he's good for it.
Is Richard Mill?
It's open to interpretation.
But it's French.
Richard Mill.
Richard
Mill.
It's probably not Richard, is it?
So like you can hit him with, listen, I know it ain't your money anyway. Like slide me a couple bucks.
Right.
For sure.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it at the quarterback position.
Let's do that.
If I'm asking somebody for money, I speak on all of Florida State.
On
their behalf.
You ain't lying.
DJ Uiagalelei. DJU, I'm going to throw a little pun in there, and sometimes you use an emoji to take the intensity off of the message.
Yes.
So I'm like, hey, more like DJ Boo. And then he's going to chuckle at that.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, no, but for real, you're 0-2.
Yeah.
You were brought in here to do a job. You're going to take over, take the reins at Florida State, a team that won all of their regular season games, lost none of their regular season games last year, and he is airmailing wide open players on 2 continents. He went over to Ireland and stepped on his toes, so to speak. And now he's back here stateside. Boston College got a win down there at Tallahassee. DJU.
Because here's the thing. You might not be the only one hopping in the Venmo DMs talking about DJ Boo. Mike Norvell might hit him up too and be like, hey, I went out to the portal. I handpicked you. Like I said, I could have my choice of anybody. But you know what? DJ, I pick you. Come to FSU.
Right.
And then he plays like what? Who?
Well, he sang the whole time while he did it.
He did.
And it's like Coach Saban said, if you don't pay the right players, you're blank out of luck.
Correct.
So who's your next quarterback that you're going to request?
Oh, Riley Leonard. No, out of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And listen, this looked like a match made in heaven, going from Duke and lifting that program up. Mike Elko got a job out of it, but now he's in South Bend, and they done run out of luck. So Riley, if you may, 0 luck.
Yeah.
Send me back my bucks.
That's it?
Now, it wasn't much. It wasn't much because on my priority list in terms of, betting Notre Dame, it was way down there.
Sure.
But
because you like to win.
I could use the 5 spot back if I'm being honest with you.
Do you feel like you betting on them has cursed them? How much accountability do you take for yourself?
0%.
None percent.
0% is because I'm not the one suiting up on Saturdays.
Correct.
Or Fridays or whenever they play. So I'm just like, hey, but let me tell you this.
Tell me.
If somebody were to bet on them and hit a parlay thanks to Marcus Freeman's Fighting Irish, 2-way street.
Right. And maybe that person is a Northern Illinois fan because you bet against Notre Dame and then you send a little bit to Riley to just help him out. I'm going to go with Donovan Edwards.
Oh.
And it's more, I don't know that he had control of being
crazy.
on the cover of CFB 25, but the man has 68 more yards than you and I do right now through a couple of weeks.
Yep.
The offense is stagnant. It's also, he's a victim. He has to replace Blake Corum.
Yes.
He has to replace one of the best running backs at a school that's put out some tremendous backs. Donovan Edwards, the shoes were big to fill, but they were grown-up shoes. And right now you're kind of in the little, you know what I mean, like baby shoes. Like you can't see my feet. They're in my shoes, but I am walking.
They are the proper size
on my
shoes?
toes right now. He was tremendous.
Are you still dealing with that bunion problem?
Yeah, corns as well. The jokes aren't the only things that are corny. The college football championship game, the playoff game, 104 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. No touchdowns so far.
Okay.
Not even 100 yards so far.
And to be serious about it for just a second, I mean, this SportsCenter this week and all of last week, we're already going into panic mode with all of our talking heads saying, this is a Michigan team that won a national championship this calendar year. Yes, they lost 13 players to the draft, and that is just the symptom of the success that you have. But I don't think this early, the prognosticators and the biggest detractors of them all would have maybe guessed Michigan looking this bad this early, to the point they are ready to pull the plug this early in the season.